Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time coming to my channel, my name is Andrea, and yeah, welcome. So anyway, this is my very first pregnancy vlog. It was mentioned to me by a couple of people to do one, and I thought about it long and hard. I'm like, you know what, why not? I was MIA this whole summer because of the pregnancy. I was going through it, so now I'm back. Just a little bit about my pregnancy. I am 22 weeks. This coming Friday, I will be 23 weeks. I am 6 months pregnant. I am due March 13th, and yeah, so I'm just gonna get into a little bit of background from the time I got pregnant on up until now. I thought that I was pregnant maybe a little bit after 4th of July, and I went to Walmart and I took one of those little dollar tests. But do not discriminate against the dollar test, ladies. Those tests, you know, it's not even $1. I think it's like 88 cents at Walmart. So you're not gonna find a pregnancy test cheaper than that. Okay. I bought a test from Walmart, and I think I took about 3 of them because, you know, when they're so cheap, you know, you can take as many as you want to. So I took about 3 of them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. So to let you know, this will be my 3rd child. I thought that I was pregnant maybe about like 5-6 weeks. And I'm guessing because usually, since I've been pregnant twice before, morning sickness kicks in about the 6th week. So when I found out I was pregnant, like a week later, morning sickness hit me like a brick upside my head, like bam, and I was just feeling like, I was just feeling like SHIT. I was feeling like shit, okay? I was so miserable during that time because you know, I wasn't like throwing up, but I was feeling nausea. It wasn't morning sickness, it was all day sickness. And I was just feeling so like helpless, and I couldn't even do, like, I didn't want to do nothing but like lay in bed all day. Like I had to literally pull myself together, and then I had to take care of other 2 kids, and I had to still go to work. So that was a very hard time. So I was just like, you know, I can't make YouTube videos, like I'm just not feeling it. I think it was the 17th week when the morning sickness started to go away, or it just drastically kind of changed. Like I said before, I am 22 weeks now, so I do still get sick on some type of things, on some foods that I eat. So speaking of foods that I eat, you know, it's always suggested to keep a full stomach, or maybe not a full stomach, just keep something on your stomach in order to help the nausea, or like you throwing up, or, well, I'm not gonna say you throwing up, but the nausea stay away. So this baby right here, this baby is a salty baby, because everything that I saw, I was just eating, like lemons with seasoning salt on it, Mexican candies, like the little Mexican chili candies, saladitos, pickles, like everything that was like salt or like citrusy, I was like eating it, and it really helped. And I always had my Canada Dry on me. Like I had to have a Canada Dry every single day. That became like, I'm so sick of Canada Dry because I drank it so much. Yeah, like I was like so into salt. Like I used to have lemonade, put salt in it to make it super salty because it made me just feel so good. Y'all, this morning sickness took me through hell and back. I was so depressed, so miserable, to the point where I was just like, what am I doing with this baby? Like, why am I doing this to myself? Like I was so selfish, but you know, I was just like, this is just too much for me. I'm just like, I just can't do this. So I went to the doctor. He prescribed to me B6. You guys, B6 did not work. Vitamin B6, I'm sorry. Vitamin B6 did not work for me. Those pregnancy pops at Walmart or your CVS drugstore, pregnancy pops did not work for me. Nothing seemed to work for me. Like I was just like stuck with just like being miserable. But some foods helped, like, you know, pickles helped a lot, just like the foods that I just named. They really did help. So yeah, oh yeah, and Canada Dry has ginger ale in it. Ginger ale is a natural remedy for morning sickness, so ginger ale did help a lot. So yeah. But I mean, even still to this day, I do still get a little bit sick. As I said, the baby likes salty foods. Anytime I eat like a shake or something sweet like cake or a cupcake, the baby's like, no you didn't. And I get so sick, I just feel like I've been thrown back into like my 13th week of pregnancy with like full force morning sickness. But I try to stay away from those foods because I ain't got time for all that. So yeah. a little bit more about the baby. The baby is about 11 inches, almost a pound, according to Baby Center. Baby Center is like my go-to resource for pregnancy. Like I was on Baby Center every day. Like, you know, how many weeks does it take for morning sickness to go away? And then some people were like, oh, morning sickness lasted the whole pregnancy. And then people were like, morning sickness didn't go away to 14 weeks. And I was like, whoa! I was like, I'm almost at 14 weeks. But then 14 weeks came and the morning sickness didn't go away. I was back on Baby Center like, what is going on? Like, why am I still pregnant at 17 weeks? I mean, why am I still having morning sickness at 17 or 16 weeks? And be careful with those comments, because they can scare you, and they scared the shit out of me, because I was like, I'll be damned to have morning sickness all pregnancy long. But be careful with those comments, because as you may know, no two women are alike when it comes to being sick or being pregnant. So luckily the morning sickness have, for the most part, gone away, and I get to enjoy what they would call the baby moon stages, to where it's supposed to be like the most relaxing and pleasant stage of pregnancy, where I'm not super big and where I'm not having morning sickness. I'm just right in the middle, where I'm just like, you know, it's just smoothing it out. So yeah, I am still in my second trimester. I think the 26th week is when I go to my third trimester. Oh my gosh, this pregnancy had just flown by. Like, I cannot believe I am 6 weeks, and I cannot believe it is already the end of my second trimester. Like, this baby is gonna be here next year, and people are like, March 16th. They're like, dang, that's far away. But I'm thinking like, no, not really, because I'm not gonna be pregnant all of March. You know, I'm gonna be pregnant all of February, and then March the baby's gonna come. So, so I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm super nervous, yet I'm excited at the same time. So anyway, just a little bit, going backwards a little bit, to morning sickness. The morning sickness was very difficult for me to deal with. It was very different from the first 2 times that I was pregnant. So I just knew, I was like, I know that this is going to be a girl. Like, this is going to be my baby girl, because the morning sickness was just so atrocious, and I just couldn't stand, and I was just like so miserable, just like mean and like snapping at everybody, and just like, I was just like, oof, oh, Pregzilla, like, if that's a such thing. I was just like the mean pregnant little short lady. So I was like, I know that this is a girl. I'm like, I have to be going through all of this, because I don't remember being sick for 17 weeks. So I know this is a girl. So just recently, maybe like a week ago, we went to the radiation clinic to get a radiology clinic to get a full-on ultrasound. And I guess this is something new that they do, because the first 2 pregnancies I didn't have to do all that. I just was at the doctor's office and never had to go anywhere else to get like a full-on ultrasound. But you know, that was like 7-8 years ago that I had those kids, and you know, technology always advances. So I'm on the table, and they're like, you know, they're making the dad wait in the waiting room, because they had to, like, you know, do the ultrasound part, like, I guess, like, check the heart and all those other organs, see how it's growing, and, you know, take all those pictures and all those codes that you don't understand. And I noticed that they kept calling the baby he. And at first they were like, oh, do you want us to wait until he comes in to tell you what the baby is? And I'm like, yeah, because I want us to both find out together. And by the way, we both wanted a girl. So I noticed that they kept calling the baby he. And I would just look at them like, it's a boy? And they're like, oh no, you know, we're just used to saying he because everyone seems to be having boys. And I was like, okay. But they kept calling him he. And I'm just like, I just rolled my eyes, y'all. I was like, I know this is a boy. I'm like, I'm gonna have another boy. I already have 2 boys. I'm gonna have another boy. That's what I was thinking to myself. And then so when they brought Dylan or whatever, we were both, you know, looking at the monitor, and it's kind of, and it wasn't no 4D ultrasound. It was just those regular 2D ones where, like, you know, it's super hard to tell what is what. But they put the they put the thing in a position to where you see, like, I don't know, the top of the baby. I don't know, it's so hard to explain. But I saw some balls, y'all, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just seen some balls. And I was like, I just started to get like watery eyed, like I just started to like cry. And then they turned the thing to like a different position to see the baby at a different angle, and I saw his little wee wee, and it was so big, and I was like, there's no mistaking. I was like, either that's his, you know what, or that's a third leg, because that thing was so big. And I was just looking at it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it's a boy. And I was just like, no. I wanted to get up there. I wanted to like get up off that table, like so mad, and just storm out of there, but my fat ass couldn't sit up. I needed him to help me get up. And then they were like, well, congratulations. And then I was just like looking like, and they're like, oh girl, you know. But I mean, all in all, like seriously, although this is going to be my third boy, when it all comes down to it, we want to have a healthy baby. So no matter what the gender is, just as long as the baby is healthy, then it's all good. I'm gonna show some footage of when I found out what he was, and you can just see how pissed I was. Are you gonna tell them the exciting news?
Yep, it is a little junior.
It's a boy.
Yep.
That would be very awesome. I kind of started crying. Because I wanted a girl. I already have 2 boys. I have 2 boys already. What am I going to do with a third one? They're going to drive me to my grave. Now that I know that he's a boy, it just explains so much about this baby. Like, he is so active. He's kicking. These are like 4 full force kicks. I started to feel kicks maybe like around, it was early, you guys. It was like 8 or 9 weeks. And I know it's like, girl, you're right. But when you've had kids before, they say you're able to identify what really are kicks or flutters or movements versus just like, you know, hunger pains or gas or whatever. So I knew that I'm like 9 weeks pregnant. I'm like, okay, that's the baby. That's not gas or hunger or whatever, hunger pains. So anyway, this baby is gonna be the communicator, okay? And I say that because he tells me when he likes certain foods that I eat, and he doesn't literally like tell me, but you know, he does certain things of like when I eat certain foods, he'll just be on the go, you know, he'll be punching, kicking, elbowing, and he'll just be moving, and like, and then in certain foods that I eat, he'll just be like, and I'm like, okay, you didn't like that. So like, I just ate some Del Taco. I ate like some nachos, and the baby was just like, so I know that certain things that I eat that he doesn't like, and certain things that I eat that he does like. And when he does like something, he like kicks and you know, elbow me, and you know, doing all kind of, you know, acrobats and just all kind of stuff in there. And I know that may sound like, girl, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, but trust me, like, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Another thing that I notice is that whenever I go to sleep, he goes to sleep, and whenever I wake up, like I have insomnia, I have like a bad thing of waking up in the middle of the night for like hours at a time. When I wake up in the middle of the night, he's waking up too. So, and any little thing he's gonna be like a light sleeper like his dad. Because any little thing, he would just wake up and just be like, you know, start moving and, you know, kicking and letting me know like, hey, I'm up with you. But I know that he's gonna be a mama's boy. I already know that we're gonna be so close, and that's gonna be my baby Cakes. Baby Cakes is his nickname. That name I got from my aunt Rhonda. Hi Rhonda, if you watch, I love you. She calls me Baby Cakes, so I just start calling him Baby Cakes. And yeah, although I'm only 6 months pregnant, I gained quite a few pounds already. I believe I weigh 140. The last time I went to the doctor was not a real doctor's visit. It was just like the ultrasound, and they didn't weigh me or nothing. But at the time of me getting pregnant, I was 123. And then like 14 weeks, I was like 135. And I was gaining weight during the first trimester because, you know, I had to keep eating to stay well. So I'm a little scared about that because when I was first pregnant with my first son, I was 135 at the time of giving birth. So now I'm much bigger. I'm anticipating to be maybe 150 to 155, and that's going to be a whole bunch of weight for me to lose. But I I am looking forward to getting my body back, and I'm already looking forward to working out. And I plan on buying one of those little strollers where I can, with the big old wheels that I can take, so I can take him out on a run with me every time that I go. So yeah, I feel like I'm 9 months pregnant. Like, I am so winded. Like, I'm winded right now just from talking a lot. Just being so excited about this. But like, I live in the place I'm staying is 2-story, and walking up those stairs is just dreadful. Like, I get out of breath real fast, and my feet are already swelling, and people are noticing that my feet are swelling. My face is getting fatter. You know, my nose has gotten wider, which is all good, because it's all gonna change once the baby's here. But yeah, the baby will be here March 13th, and I'm so excited about that. I'm so excited now that I finally at ease with the morning sickness. So yeah, so I think that's pretty much about it. I think I covered everything. So yeah, I covered everything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next vlog. Bye. So one last thing that I want to show you guys is a belly shot. So this is me at 22 weeks. And this is how the baby looks from the side. Do I look 6 months? I've been told that I'm extremely small for 6 months. This is how the baby looks. And as you can see, I've already got my linea nigra. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's pretty, you can really see it like right here, but it fades as it gets to the top. And yeah, I can still tell that I'm carrying a boy now. And this is what it looks like from the side.